The crowdfunding report, we have a very special guest with us today. We have the one, the only, the Travis Gibb, who's on Kickstarter right now. Tell him about your Kickstarter.
Yeah, I have a Kickstarter called Broke Down and Dead Bodies. About two guys break down on the side of the road. They hate each other, and everyone's out to get them. They have police, they have the mafia, they have a biker gang and a Spanish gang, all trying to kill them while they're trying to kill each other. Lots of guns, lots of violence, lots of F words.
Now, I happened to have the opportunity to table with Mr. Gibb this past weekend, and let me tell you, man, he is, I'm going to try to get it right, Bavard famous. He's in a magazine, and you don't realize it. You don't get it, man. And I've had people say, oh, Rob, you're popular. You have people come to the table. And I never understood how that felt in the reverse fashion until I was with Travis's table. Like, people were like, hi, Travis. And they were so excited to see Travis. I was like, damn, I want to be Bavard famous and be in a magazine.
Right. Not everybody can be in a magazine. You know, I'm fancy.
It was really cool. So Travis is joining us today to play Kickstarter Gong. Now, of course, before we start the program, let's just talk about something that does need more than our attention, and that's the fact that the healthcare system in our country is horrible, and it causes creators to need help from GoFundMe. In 2019, the biggest insurer for creators was GoFundMe, and it continues now in 2020 as Martha Schwartz's own husband is sick and needs some help. It's horrible. There's nothing else you can say about it. It's not at all political. It's just the truth. And if you can, please share it. Please donate a little money and help them get past this horrible situation. Now, we're going to jump right into it. Travis probably knows the rules, but for those who are watching for the first time, because we're going to be bringing in some new audiences as we're teaming up with a new person. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. This is Sword of Justice. Do you know Sword of Justice?
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to make it so the screen can show both of you at once. So Sword of Justice, we're going to play that video in just 1 second. I'm trying to make it so we can watch Travis watching the video. It's very meta. It's very meta on this show. All right, here we go.
Hello, everybody. My name is John Daniel Taylor IV. I am the owner of Top Secret Press.
I forgot to say, if you're bored, just raise your hand. Because I don't know if you know that. Usually, because...
I'll scream it. I'll let you know.
All right, cool. That'll work. There we go.
And I'm here to talk to you about Sword of Justice #1, created, owned, and illustrated by Silvio Spati. Now, I know some of you know about Silvio and you've heard stuff in the past. I'm going to make it short and just say this. Silvio lives in Brazil, and all of that is out of his hands. I think he was too trusting and handed out stuff that he shouldn't have.
All right, Travis, why do we stop here?
Because we're not talking about the project. We're talking about the drama that has to do with Silvio Spati. I feel for the dude, but this is not the time and the place. You have a whole big thing on Kickstarter to be able to address that, where you can have a little paragraph that addresses this. But this video should be promoting and showing me why I like your product.
Now, this ends this week on Valentine's Day. Every guest of this show, every single guest of this show has said the same thing. So I want creators to understand this is not the place to explain things. Every creator has agreed, and this one thing, no one has sat through this video, and we're not seeing it again. So when you're making your video, guys, make it informative. It's a pretty good book. I've seen it. We've looked through it at one point because one of the guests asked for it. It's not the right it's not the right time here. This is your commercial, right, Travis? Like, how would you describe the video?
I would. That's a Facebook Live. That's not a video. A video should be some sort of promo, but that seems to be a Facebook Live.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. It's a shame, but it is funded. So if you guys like what you see in that screen right there, that's the best thing. That's the only thing that really covers the story is that screen back there. Check it out. It is worth it. It's got great stuff. So you know Richard Boom. I've seen you guys interact. Do you know who the Sisterhood is?
I've seen this book a lot. I don't know a lot about it, but I've seen the sexy mummy covers and stuff like that. I don't know what his connection to it. Is he the writer of Sisterhood?
Writer and creator.
Okay.
So here's the video. This is actually for a statue. So here we go. Come on, Richard, take over.
Hi everyone, this is Richard Boom, and I'm sitting in front of a statue. And yes, this is my next project, a statue of the mummy. Here you can see the mummy, the prototype of the mummy in all its glory. It was based on this image here by Eric Bossadua. And Eric Bossadua did me a real solid with this amazing image. And at one point, Vincenzo Cucca, the artist in Italy, made me this prototype. And this prototype will be developed into a full-blown, gorgeous project named the...
All right. So how did you feel about it, and why was it the end for you?
It was just shaky. Like, the shaky camera work was really rough. It was unprofessional. I felt like I was being invited to his bedroom with all the beautiful pictures that are down on the thing. Like, he was going to get intimate with me. I think it's a beautiful statue, I think, of all that. But I would have rather seen, like, a 3D model of the statue rather than shaky camera work around the bed. I thought that the product's bad. It's just that not the way I would have done a video.
All right. So we're going to move on. Here is Blind Tiger, a Dust Bunny Mafia comic. There we go.
This is Brent Giuliano, creator of the Dust Bunny Mafia comic strip. The Dust Bunny Mafia is a newspaper-styled comic which has over 650 strips in its archive. The Dust Bunny Mafia is like Looney Tunes meets The Godfather, and it asks the question of what would the world be like if criminals were the heroes. I am coming to Kickstarter to raise $6,000 to fund my next comic collection, The Blind Tiger. The Blind Tiger is a 132-page, full-color comic collection in the same vein as Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes. Last year, with the help of 47 backers, I funded my first Kickstarter for Based on a True Story, a Dust Bunny Mafia mini-comic collection. This year, I'm back with a bigger goal to fund the printing of my next comic collection. The book is 99% complete, and the last page is where you come in. Last year, when I ran my Based on a True Story Kickstarter, one of the perks offered was a mobbable commission with a cameo in a future comic. This year, I am upping the offer. Up to 5 lucky individuals will have their mobbables featured in the book in a fake advertisement.
All right, so how'd you feel about it? Why'd you stop there?
Oh, it's fine. It's just a little long. You know, he was going on, but I got the gist of it. You know, I would have been looking at the rewards and trying to check it out. The video is fine. I'm not interested enough to keep watching that video, you know?
So would you say that at that point you were sold enough to check out the rest of it? You didn't need anything more from him?
Correct, yeah. I didn't need to know what happened in his last Kickstarter. I needed to know, you know, what's on this Kickstarter. I needed to know how it's different, what's going on.
Now, I know you know Larry Patrick Higgin and Niobe. He didn't do a video.
No.
We're just giving him a shout out at this point. That's it. He's on Kickstarter.
That's pretty image.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? Right.
Yeah.
Remember that you can be one of us by sharing any one of these.
Is that an old one? I think he's higher than that, isn't he?
Oh, it's definitely an older picture. We can take a live view on it if you want. Here.
No, I'm just curious.
Oh, anyone who asks, I always like to. You guys are the guests, so there we go. You can see it.
Okay. He's doing much better. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got 180 backers. He's doing good. Doing good.
$5,000. Good for him.
I think is that Canadian or is that American? Oh, it's converted. That's American. So he's
That's
made
American.
6,000 Canadian.
Good for him.
Yeah. So he's doing good. Just, I guess he doesn't need a video. Shut my mouth.
Yep. All right.
So he doesn't need one.
There you go, Kickstarter, telling us that you need a video to fund.
How dare you, Kickstarter? You don't know. All right. So you know Aaron.
Yeah,
So Aaron's next on the show. Did you know he went live today?
I did. I just backed it.
Oh, cool. So here's the book of Laxia, something like that.
Lisa.
All right, so here we go. Come on, play. There it goes.
It's like maybe it is playing. You don't know.
I don't know because they have a preview at the beginning. There it goes. All right.
War has come to Nexus. It wasn't always like this. They said there used to be peace between the families. But they say power begets power. And for eons, all the families wanted to be on the throne of Titan. They tried to kill my brother. They tried to kill me. And I forgave them. Wars are fought over power. Out of prejudice, out of fear, out of love. What does it take to stop wars once and for all? What needs to be sacrificed? Who's willing to do that? My name is Demos Laxia. There will be peace.
All right, we made it to the end. Thoughts?
Yeah, I actually liked that video except for the ending. I didn't like the animated part at the end, which I'm sure he paid a lot of money for.
I didn't like the beginning. I hate when they do those the slow starts kill me.
Yeah. Well, and the negative of it is, we still don't know who that character is, right?
Yeah, it's a good point.
We know the story a little bit, but he killed his brother, sure, but who are you?
Now, we talked about this. Do you think the Kickstarter returners, the people, the creators who are coming back for another issue, forget to invite new readers in these videos?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Even myself, who's been doing this for quite a long time, someone had to remind me that. Though I did parts of my stuff to invite new readers, I really didn't build my campaign to new readers,
Yeah, now if you want to skip this video, we can just skip it. You don't have to watch this video.
It's up to you.
No, we'll watch it. I do have to say this is Travis's, and before we start, I don't know if he's actually heard me say it. I love the bleeding art thing that you have with this.
Yeah, I think I did a good job with the video, but again, even me, I would kind of gong my own video. It's short enough that I won't, but I didn't stop and tell you why you should back. I just kind of showed you what happened through issues.
Do you want to narrate it now that you're live and you have a couple days to go?
No. Let's play it through. I think it still speaks for itself. I think it's pretty cool.
All right, cool. Let's check it out. And because he's a guest, there is no gong. He gets the full video treatment. That looks like Tyler Carpenter.
That is. He drew himself into the comic.
Oh, did he?
Yep. That's his 2 pages. Yep.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I was like, that so looks like Tyler Carpenter.
Yep.
Which you were on his show just last night. If you guys want to check out a cool interview, Travis was on it, right?
Yeah. We got very, very political at Indie Comics. Talked about some mishaps that are going on. But yeah, watch the replay. I mean, we had a lot of people watch it. You know, it was 156 views when we logged off. Like, it was crazy. So make sure you check it out.
Watch that on February 18th, right? Watch that video on February 18th when it replays.
Right. No, it's on now.
All right, let's move on. Austin's having some trouble on Indiegogo. He's doing better than I am. He has 300. I didn't even break 100. I think I made $10 on Indiegogo. What do you think? Why do you think that so many of us creators are having trouble on Indiegogo?
I think it's Republican, Democrat, Marvel, DC. I think it's just a different audience, and if you do not have a base in that audience, you're going to struggle to fund. I think that on Facebook we tend to gravitate towards the Kickstarter market, where I think Twitter and YouTube tend to gravitate towards Indiegogo.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's
I mean, I do think it's a Comicsgate, non-Comicsgate thing, but I think it goes beyond that. I just think where your audience is, because I think there's a lot of people on Twitter, there are a lot of people on Indiegogo who aren't Comicsgate, but are, but their association, their group tends to be closer in that realm.
So, you would just say, I think everyone has said, and I think this is true, you have to have not only a fan base, but a fan base that's willing to travel. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because I barely funded. Remember the first one I barely funded. I got the 500 or 5 something, and then I couldn't fund the second one.
I don't even know how you get to 500. To be honest with you, I mean, I've never done so
you got like $2, right?
10. I got 10. It wasn't so bad. It was close to being 0 though. In all honesty, so I'm not going to brag about the $10. It was Brian K. Morris felt pity on me, and I got the email that you did so badly, we can't even take you serious right now. Please go away. Here is Zombies, We Are Human, which has made like 3,000 more % than I ever made on Indiegogo. Nope.
Zombies, we are human too. It's a concept I actually came up with 10 years ago when I met the first main zombies for The Walking Dead. We were at a comic book show, and I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to find out what kind of stories of who you were before you became zombies? Well, 10 years later, here we are.
So the idea behind Zombies Were Human too is you have 3 kids that are out foraging for food, and they get spooked by zombies. So to escape them, they run into this old abandoned warehouse where the youngest of the 3 is freaking out. So to calm him down, the older 2 look out and start picking out zombies to get making up funny stories about them, who they were at the outbreak, how long they last, and how they died in a very funny way. This is going to be a 100-page graphic novel with the main story, and then we're going to have short stories feeding into the actual story itself. And we have great art teams, writers and artists that will depict these short stories, and that's how we have our graphic novel.
Huh.
Thoughts?
It's interesting because isn't that book done?
This is the second one. What I think they did, if I'm not mistaken,
I think it isn't. I think the second one's going to Kickstarter. I think this is the first one, just kind of like a
double dip,
thing.
Like a double dip.
Yeah, let me check. You keep going to the next one, but I'm going to check. I'm going to Google.
All right, hold on. We'll go open it up live. We'll see if this is. And for those who don't know, a double dip is when you do both crowdfunding platforms. Most creators, and I even don't think there's an issue with that because we've established in this show there are 2 very different fan bases. So going to the other one just gets you to the different fan base. Yeah, you're right. This is
just
the
not
first one.
a good term for it.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Yeah, it's for the first one. So
Yeah,
that's my issue with that video is not that it's bad or good. It's that it's not,
accurate to what they're doing currently. Right?
yeah, you should be saying this book is complete. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought this was the. You know what? I've been doing this program, and we've all sat through it. I honestly thought this was for the second one. I didn't realize this was for the first one. I got confused about
The second
this.
one will probably do very, very well because it did well on Kickstarter. But yeah. I mean,
okay.
hopefully that makes you feel better.
It does a little actually. Like I feel good now knowing that he's gonna. Because I did think this was the second. So because I know Joel said he was in the second, so I thought Joel was in this. I've been speaking.
Right, no, yeah, Joel's in the second one. This is not Joel's.
Oops, my bad. For anyone who watched the past couple of weeks, this actually happens to be the first one, not the second one, which is good because it sounds like Travis is more in the know than I am on this, and you're gonna get that second one in your hand on Kickstarter. So that's even easier for you guys, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the other reason why it's not funding is I have an interest in it. I, for instance, don't own it. I'll probably just get 1 and 2 in the second Kickstarter, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so this is very weird. I'm muting it right now just because it has an annoying sound. I don't know why you put annoying sounds in a video.
Is that what I was expecting? Based on the sound. All right. Okay, no.
To be honest with you, a lot of people tapped out at that beginning. No one could get through the sounds. That's why I muted it. Just so it is really annoying sounds. You didn't even know what you missed. And I don't know why you'd start your video in a way to piss people off. Don't people realize that most people are using headphones when they're watching these videos because they're on their way to somewhere?
No.
Because I look at my numbers. A lot of this gets looked at. I think they show that you have mobile numbers. I don't know, to be honest. All right, so let's move. Oh, why did you tap out? Sorry, I didn't actually.
Oh, I tapped out because it was bad. The content, what they were texting, did not seem to connect to what I was seeing. So I saw naked girls fighting each other, but that's not the message that I thought. It seemed like a different type of message. And then when they went to a different thing altogether, which it sounds like it's in an anthology, which is probably why they did that. But I was done. It was too annoying. I would just look at the bottom of the Kickstarter. If I was interested, I'd move on.
Fair enough. All right, speaking of moving on, let's go to someone we both know really well. This is Madeline and
Really?
Boston Metaphysical Society.
You wrote a book on crowdfunding.
Yeah, she really did.
Hi, my name is Madeline Holly Rosing, the writer, creator of the steampunk supernatural series, Boston Metaphysical Society. Welcome to our Kickstarter to print our brand new story, Ghosts and Demons, along with the first ever Boston Metaphysical coloring book. For those of you who are not familiar with the series, it's about an ex-Pinkerton detective, a spirit photographer, and a genius scientist who battle supernatural forces in late 1800s Boston. In the new story, Caitlin and Alma have continued Mary and Frida's work as union organizers, but Caitlin has a disturbing dream about her childhood friend, Duncan the Ghost. This has her worried, so they decide to return to Boston to find out what's wrong. Though it's a happy reunion with Samuel and Granville, something much more sinister awaits them and the team. Now, the story is 35 pages long and is in a 44-page perfect bound book. Gwen Tavares is also back on board doing the art and coloring. For the coloring book, we have 20 wonderful illustrations done by Alejandro Lee, and it is suitable for all ages. The best part is that both books will be ready to go to the printer by the end of the campaign.
That is actually not me. That is Kickstarter, I think. Every so often the videos go funky. All right.
We got the gist.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a good book. She's obviously doing really well. She's at like $20,000, so I mean, she kills it. She knows what's up.
All right, let's. Guano Guy, he actually updated his video, so I'm excited about this, and I want to know what you feel, how you feel about it. He was on the show recently, and learned a lot from being on the show. So I'm excited to see your opinion on this one. So here it goes. Guano Guy.
You learned a lot, or he learned a lot?
He learned
Thanks
a lot.
for finding your way to the Guano Guy Kickstarter. Boom! Pow! Epic explosions! Yeah, this is the second Guano Guy Kickstarter. The first one had these 5 comics. Ooh. But now we're back with a new 40-page comic with 2 beautiful covers. We're up to 170 pages now. Do you like rewards? You bet you like rewards. Who doesn't like rewards? Well, we've got them, right? We've got stickers. Bam! Prints. Pow! Posters. Come get them. Who's the Guano Guy for? It's for everybody who liked The Tick, Darkwing Duck, the old Batman TV show. It's a lot of fun. We've got gags, insults, we make fun of criminals. And if you want to know more about it, check out the little post videos where I'm doing readings from the comics. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll help support. I'm Mark Darden.
So,
That's funny.
Right? That's a pretty good video. 2 things. One, we did try to put the link to Totally Rad Comics. For some reason, Facebook is marking it as spam. Don't know what's up with that. If you want the Kickstarter link, you guys can find it in our page. Second thing, before I get to Mark, I'm having trouble tagging people today. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but if you're not tagged, please don't take it personally. I'm trying to tag people as I can. But go ahead, talk to us about the video, Travis.
No, it's good.
Right?
I thought that's energy. I would definitely check out that book.
Yeah, I mean, and he watched the other videos, and you could see while he was critiquing him, he was like, you know what? I'm figuring out what I'm doing wrong with this. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so here's Demon Bitch, and you know Demon Bitch, right? You were on Christie's
I was on her show last week, yeah.
So I definitely don't think we're getting a gong here, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, here's Demon Bitch off the panhandling wagon.
Hello, it's me again, Christy Shin. If you weren't fortunate enough to participate in the last Kickstarter that I did of Demon Bitch, the Freedom Tour, well, I've certainly got a shitstorm for you folks now. Welcome to Off the Wagon, the Panhandling Tour. Yes, you can cry now. I know I certainly am. If you are a virgin to the cause, in short, Demon Bitch is a low-level demon from the 13th pit of hell where people throw their dog shit in gum wrappers. She wants to bring the second coming of Armageddon because she doesn't realize that the first one never happened. She is not smart. Anyway, remember that book by Laura Esquivel called Like Water for Chocolate? Well, it's kind of like that, except the recipes are shit and the stories are pointless and sad. Some of you might remember this asshole from my last Kickstarter, my good friend Tony Tilton. Tony has formulated some fantastically horrible drinks inspired by the one and only Demon Bitch. You may have seen our marathon drinking bitch with Raw Dog of Real Deal. That was terrible too. Anyway, Like Water for Chocolate is a great book. However, this book will be a piece of shit. The newest book is entitled Demon Bitch, Alcoholics and Anonymouses, Used in Virgin. Perfect, since after my battle with a Casey Anthony pancreatic mass, I really can't drink anymore. No cancer, folks. The bitch didn't kill me if you haven't guessed. What will be included in this book is about 90 pages of bullshit. This consists of terrible boozy recipes that are meticulously handcrafted by Tony Tilton himself, horrible fucking comics of none other than Demon Bitch and her asshole friends doing stupid, mean, pointless things, shitty sketches, and lastly, more stupid fucking fan art, which has gotten more rancid ever since I've started this piece of shit. If that's even possible. And speaking of fan art, included in the rewards for this Kickstarter are prints of renderings of Demon Bitch by none other than Mary Zorlita Bellamy and Lawrence Raw Dog Hubbard. Oh, and so you've probably been wondering, who the hell am I? Well, I'm the creator of such titles as Sepulchre and Personal Monsters. See, I can really draw. A 2018 Ringo Award winner from my anthology from Planned Parenthood, and I also do a weekly Tuesday webtoon of Demon Bitch inspired by how fucked up people are to each other. I also am a resident artist at the Hive Gallery and Studios, curated 2 shows there, I Pitied a Poe in 2018, and Faster Pussycat Kill Bill in 2019. So, yeah, I've done a lot of artistic shit. If I make goal, expect 2 more pins as stretch goals, because who doesn't love vile and disgusting art cast in metal? Oh yeah, also my friend Yoonsoon also created a sticker as part of the rewards. She does a fucking kick-ass zine series called Koreangry, and she's fucking rad as hell. If there's any monies left over, as long as Demon Bitch doesn't go on a 3-day cocaine and Jack Daniels bender, it will go to more product R&D, production of more supplies, prints, and more books to restock for all the events I will be attending this year. So alright, hoes and gents, as H.P. McElwee said, come and get on the wagon and not off it, as we need your loves and doves. Thanks for your support and enjoy the ride off the wagon.
You can start talking, and there's not actually.
Yeah, it was all right.
Okay, I'll take all right.
Yeah, no, it was good. There's just a lot to it, you know?
Well, she's got so much energy. Great creator. We loved having her on the show. And she makes an interesting video. My hyperactivity and ADHD make me instantly, and this is what I'll do. If I get interested, I'll usually keep it playing, but scroll through the Kickstarter so I'm listening. So a lot of times I don't see all that when I'm personally backing until I do these shows and people will watch it. But she has definitely had a great run on this show. Most creators have even gotten to the point where they're like, I saw enough, I'd back it. And that's pretty cool, right? That's what you want.
Right.
We had Dan Sheen on ICR yesterday talking about Pink Puma and Red Rooster. So here it is. You guys who watched the show yesterday get to watch the video again?
The Red Rooster shoots snowballs.
I'm going to turn down the volume just because it's so loud. I found out yesterday that these are actually based on real human beings. That was like from a few years ago. I'm just going to mute the music so Travis can talk. There you go, Travis. Go ahead.
Yeah, I learned that myself. I thought that the Red Rooster looked a little bit like Joe Quesada from Marvel. So I made a comment, and then he pointed out who it actually was. But Argo's, they've been making good comics for years, you know. You can always trust them. You can always trust them to deliver and to give you a quality product. So they do a great stuff. I mean, I think you and me both just backed the Nature Man just because it was connected to the Advocator, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, was it connected to the Advocator?
Well, I mean, it was the same character. Nature Boy was in our Advocator, and Nature Man was...
Well, I like Dan Sheen. Dan Sheen's been a friend of mine for years. We talk all the time privately about comic book stuff. So, something's up with Kickstarter. I mean, Facebook today. It's not exactly letting things go, guys. I don't know what's up with it. It's acting weird. It's being Kickstarter. So, I mean, Facebook. Sorry. I don't know what's up with it. It's being.
What do we
weird.
got next?
We have Saku.
Oh, all right.
Something new. There we go. Come on, play. I think it's playing.
It's playing.
Oh, I muted it. That's why we're not hearing it. There we go.
Oh, I didn't know Fire and Brimstone was purple.
Talk to us.
So the issue with that is you showed us a couple of panels, very, very short. You didn't show us the cover. You didn't show us what it was about. You showed the art is different. Some of the cover art is going to be different than the interior art because we saw that beautiful cover at the beginning. And then we saw the anime style in between. All that's fine, but you're not giving us a lot in the color palette. I don't know if it matches the book. I'd have to look at the rest of the color thing, but it doesn't seem like Hellfire and Brimstone to me. It seems like blues and purples.
I'm curious how far you got in the video. Yeah, it was the end of it. You actually made it to the end. I didn't get anything out of that when I watched it earlier today because I have to watch things sometimes just to run the music. And if I don't get anything out of it, you're leaving me as someone you've asked to advocate nothing to talk about.
Right.
And not doing a video does the same thing because this is Shannon Smith. You know Shannon Smith, right?
No.
All right, so Shannon Smith's a pretty good guy. Does some indie comic stuff. I don't know. We're going to check to make sure there wasn't a video at it because sometimes there is one later. Nope. Still nothing. It's just got a picture. So at this point, we just say, go check it out. It's on Indiegogo. Well, I got big real quick. So we're moving on. And this is Grayscale. And I know there's a big debate about how to spell Gray. I think I always spell it wrong because I go with Jean Grey's name, which she's G-R-E-Y.
It's his character. He can kind of spell it any way he would like.
Yeah. So I think he's going for Grayscale. Let's check out the video and see what he says. Are we muted again? Yeah, we're muted again. That's why.
All right, here we go.
With less than 20 seconds left, why did you tap out?
Well, because I want to see panels. I don't want to see pinups. And all that gave me was a whole bunch of pinups. I want to see that the book is close to being done when I'm looking at a trailer.
Now, I don't like these trailers. These are newfound things since the middle of last year. A lot of times they miss telling me anything about it. I think a lot of times people don't realize that movie trailers, the reason that they get away with not saying a lot is because there's already an invested fandom.
Right.
If you're on an issue number 1, you can't afford one of these trailers, in my opinion. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, no. You need to tell what the story's about. You need to sell it to me.
All right. So this is actually something I'm on, so I'm sure he's going to gong it in like 10 seconds. Not even letting it play. And it's funny because the video froze with your hand just up there. And for anyone who noticed there's something up with Facebook in the middle of recording this, don't worry. We record this and put it on actually YouTube as a higher res version. So if something's kicking out, I know something's up with Facebook. We do see it. There's nothing I can do about that. There will be a high res for this. We'll upload it today. Normally we wait till Friday, but we'll upload it today because clearly Facebook has had some issues today. This is the Unusuals. Here we go. And Travis is getting his arm ready. We're just going to take Travis off the screen so we can't...
Hello there, and welcome to my Kickstarter page. My name is Claudio Gerardo. I go by C. Gerardo. I am a graduate of the Joe Cooper School of Cartoon and Graphic Art, Inc. Shortly after graduating, I began working as a freelance illustrator, and then started having gallery exhibitions of my paintings. A couple years ago, I got back into comics, and I began doing an experimental webcomic I called Untitled. During that time, Untitled got a lot of favorable reviews. I also began contributing to some anthologies. The most notable one is the 27 Club by Red Steel Media. And in 2016, the 27 Club got a Harvey Award nomination for Best Anthology. I'm coming to you because I'm asking for your support to publish my comic, Meet the Unusuals. Meet the Unusuals is an experimental surrealistic adventure comic with a color cover, but it will be published in black and white. I came up with the idea, the characters, and the concept, and I teamed up with Mr. Anderson, who wrote the story and fleshed out the characters to give more depth. Mr. Anderson, or Rob Anderson, is the creator and writer of And They Call Us Monsters, in which I'm the artist of. Mr. Anderson also publishes Written Since Comics and has a website called Indie Advocate, which helps advocate independent creators. The story starts with a narration by...
It's when they're talking about me, you gong. Of course, of course.
I waited to the end. Well, hold on. I want to see him flip the page. Play for just a little bit long. The reason why I was gawning because he wasn't showing us any new pages.
Oh, so there you go.
And this one has two
Harrison Ripley, who happens to be the grandson of Robert L. Ripley, famous for Ripley's Believe It or Not. He tells a story how Robert Ripley fathered a child.
Okay, now he's throwing us through.
Went to America. He eventually got married and had his own child. And the child, Harrison Ripley, became an adventurer and treasure hunter. And he got stranded on a deserted island where he met an unusual dog. Now, the premise of the story basically is, what if ordinary people had unusual abilities? But we're not talking about somebody getting superpowers, making themselves a costume, giving themselves a superhero name, and do the marketing. They don't die, or if they do die, they become resurrected. We try to keep the story more grounded in reality. So there are no superhero costumes, there are no superhero names. The ages of the characters range from 26 to 53, and if they die, they die. So as Harrison continues telling his story, he tells about how he meets these unusual people. And these people and Harrison are then thrusted in a situation where they are forced to, literally, save the world. In a way, you could say that this is a combination of Doom Patrol and the X-Men. I imprinted this comic myself, but I realized later that I'm short in funds. And the $1,000 is to help cover half of my printing costs and to pay the editor, Chuck Pinot, who also happens to be the editor for And They Call Us Monsters. Anything extra that I make will be used to pay either for a top-notch letter or to go with a higher quality of print for the comic. But at this point, all I'm looking at is $1,000. I am also willing to do commission work, whether it's black and white or paintings of any character you wish. And I'm talking about Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, any of those characters you wish.
How long you got left on this?
I want to thank you.
It's over.
Your time. I do ask that you do support my
I'm just going to let it end there. All he does is ask for support. So, thoughts on the video?
It was really long. There was that pause where I was going to cut it because he hadn't changed the pages. But once he started changing the pages, it got a little interesting. I think there's a lot to be said on this, and because you were a part of it, I've looked at the Kickstarter panel. I think this book could easily fund if the page was laid out better. Because I think the concept's good. I just think the page and the video needs to be strengthened.
It's funny because he mentions about people dying. That's one of the... If I sign up to work with an artist, and there's 3 or 4 books I'm currently toying with teaming with an artist for. This is one of them. It's now coming out. But there are 3 or 4 others. And I say 3 or 4 because we haven't gotten to terms on one of them. So it's like an iffy. But one of the first things I always say is if I have a character and I kill them, you can't bring them back. That's it.
Right.
That's an agreement in a contract. When I do a contract with someone, I kill someone, they're dead.
Right.
No bringing them back unless it's implied death. Because sometimes you do leave the, well, are they dead? And I have no problem with that.
Right.
But if we're doing a funeral and we're committing to the fact the character's dead, don't expect them back. There will be no resurrection power. There'll be no Lazarus pit. But yeah, I enjoyed writing it. Now, when I wrote this, for the record, I never actually used the words Ripley because of copyright issues. So understand Ripley's implied, never actually written in the script.
Okay.
So we hint about what it is because you can't. I don't know if you can trade on Ripley's name at this point. I would assume not.
I would have to look it up.
Because I mean, there's Ripley's Believe It or Not, the museum, even in Orlando, near us.
Right, but I think that's owned by the Ripley company. If that's owned by his estate, you know.
Yeah, so we don't actually ever say he's Ripley. Like the name Ripley, my script does not have it. Just for the record, everybody. Yes, it's implied, but it could have been any adventurer at that point. But you get the idea. It's
It could
Ripley.
be anybody named Ripley.
That's true too. It could be the person who ends up getting aliens on a ship. All right, this is New York versus the world. I'm in New York. Yeah.
What's up, folks? My name is JD, and I want to thank you for joining me on the launch of my latest Kickstarter project, New York versus the World #2. It's a 24-page black and white comic book based around the zombie apocalypse here in New York City. You know, you always hear stories, or at least I always hear stories, about how when the zombie apocalypse happens, everybody in New York is toast. No. I'm sorry, that's garbage. First thing New Yorkers are going to do is they're going to blow the bridges and they're going to flood the tunnels. It's going to take them 15 years to clean out the city, and that's where our story starts. How are these people who were here cleaning out all the dead, all the corpses, going to treat the people who are coming to look for a safe place for them and their family? This is a 24-page black and white comic book written by me, illustrated by Craig Shepard, and colors on the cover for right now by Michael Summers. You're also going to have little incentives in our rewards, like brand new t-shirts that say New York versus the world, or pint glasses. Some people like to call them championship shot glasses, but let's call them pint glasses right now, branded with the New York versus the world logo on the mug. I hope you join us, and if zombies are your bag, or if you know somebody that is into zombies, please share this project with them.
All right, we made it.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right, cool. Maybe
I was interested. He was funny. I like champion shot glasses. That's funny.
All right, so this is on Indiegogo. Last I checked, it was actually doing rather well, actually. This is Genesis by Jason Dube.
I love that font, but we have
My
like
name
6
is
creators for you.
Genesis. I've been a teenage girl since the beginning of time. Yeah, and do you think you have problems? It is my sworn duty to the heavens to observe and only observe the history of humanity's time on Earth. But there are times I feel I can no longer just watch. Help me. Help me. This is one of those moments. I own you.
All right, that's it.
All right. Yeah, it looked like a neat little project. I was a little confused about who was the antagonist, but that's okay.
That's building suspense, I'm told. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm making that up. No one told me that. But I
font,
could
though,
see.
it's used by like 6 creators. Guys, stop using that font.
I
love
like
it.
Comic
It's a great
Sans.
font.
Leave me
But
alone.
everybody can't have it.
I like Comic Sans. Leave me alone for it. This is naughty by nature. And this was, first off, I just want to say this before we watch this. All right. I was totally misled. When I heard naughty, I expected knots. That's just me. But let's take a look at what it really is.
Hey guys, welcome to the Naughty by Nature Kickstarter. First of all, let me thank you guys for taking the time and checking us out. I know there's a lot of campaigns out there, so I appreciate you giving us a look. Now, on to the book. Naughty by Nature is a one-shot special, 24 brand new pages of story and art, written by myself with art by Ron Williams, finishes by Jacob Bear, and colors by Anthony George. This is a beautiful book. We're super proud of it here at Counterpoint. I think you guys will dig it once you have it in your hands. Now, what you guys have come to expect from Counterpoint Comics, beautiful covers. And this book provides those in droves. First of all, we have Mike DiBalfo. Then we have Bill McKay, Ali Garza, Nate Zerdy, Ryan Kincaid, and myself. And we also have a special surprise unlockable cover, which hopefully this campaign will get to. We also have some amazing stretch goals for you guys, and I'm hoping we get to all those so you guys can get a bunch of little goodies in your rewards. Once again, thank you guys for all your support. We appreciate you and hope.
All right, what do you got?
I know this book, and this book has beautiful art. We're not seeing any of it. It's not hard to add an overlay of videos of pictures, and he's just talking to us. So,
and for those who want
not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and for those who actually want to watch a video and have the actual art showing, it's not hard. Get OBS; it's free.
Yeah. Well, there's also that program that I used to use where you kind of make a slideshow. You can use PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And upload it as MP4. Like, it's not hard.
And also, much love to his past and how he's brought his fan base, but he's not inviting new fans again. There's no inviting to new fans. It's like, if you know what we've done, well, what if I don't know what you've done? You're new to me. I'll be honest, I never knew him. I know Sean Fournet, but I don't know this guy. Who are you? I want to be your friend. Tell me more about you. Tell me more about what you're creating, more importantly. You got a cool name, and his top says naughty and nice. Is there a naughty and nice possibly? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm confused
I assume, I don't know much about the Naughty universe, but it sounds like that is probably the main book, and this is a one-shot of Naughty.
Now, believe it or not, even though this is launching on Kickstarter, it actually did launch. It's by Tom Rapike.
Okay.
And, yeah, that's it. We're moving on. Nothing. No video. So.
Is there a video?
No. I don't think so. I'll look again. I actually don't think there's a video.
Oh.
Yep, well, no video. Sorry.
I'm a little disappointed in that.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you are. I know you wanted the video. This is by a local person. You met Peterson. He's one of the guys from Fort Myers. I introduced you to the group. He's a very talented guy. This is Angel of Sad Hill, and this is pretty cool. And we're going to have him on the show next week at some point. Whether it be this one or ICR, he will be on the show next week. So here we go.
Hello, my name is Peterson, and I am the creator, writer, and artist of The Angel of Sad Hill. It's a comic book project that I'm doing with a couple of friends, and I'm taking it to Kickstarter to raise some funds. A little bit about myself. I've been drawing since I was 4 years old, and I had never stopped drawing. I went to the Kubrick School. I graduated there in 2016, and I've had this project in my head ever since then. And it's kind of like a dream come true to bring it to life and see it colored and see people's reaction to it and the excitement that is coming from all over. The comic itself, it's called The Angel of Sad Hill. It takes place in Brazil, where I'm from, and it's a very action-packed spiritual thriller. And I'm using the superhero genre, so it's very cool. It's in the veins of Iron Man meets City of God, very fast-paced. But I'm also dealing with things like sobriety, like the main character has to fight and protect his neighborhood, but also keep his sobriety, so he's walking a very tight rope. So, there's a lot of stories that I want to tell with this comic, and I think it's a very entertaining one, and I think you guys are going to love it. So the funds from this campaign is going to be split in two. The first half is going to go towards printing, and then the second half is going to go towards the second issue. So you're going to help fund that issue that I'm already inking right now. It's written and I'm inking, and it's going to get colored. And I think that's it. And I hope to see you guys and hear back from you guys. Thank you ahead of time for your support. Have a good one.
Full disclosure, I actually have heard the background of this project and him creating it, because we all get together. We have like a group like you have out there in Melbourne. So I was excited, and I'm kind of the reason he came to Facebook. He was going to go to Indiegogo. I did not think he was going to do well on Indiegogo. I told him to come to Facebook for that particular reason.
Right.
So what do you think?
Oh, yeah, it looks interesting. It looks superhero-ish. It looks good. I think a partner with him he can get partnered with Dan, you'll learn a little bit of the ropes of how to fund a superhero book. I think he's got something good there.
But check out his art. His art is
really good.
Outstanding art. And he's got some good people on his team, too. So this is definitely one of those books I'm going to be pushing people to do. I do think he could have added just a little more to his story and his packages, you know? Oh, I haven't backed it yet. I actually have to back it. Because I do this show, I see these so often, I forget to actually back things until it's almost too late. Because I'm a clown. But we do have to move on. Travis has got places to go. Starting February 14th, and Travis is going to get to watch my video, so I'm sure it's going to get gonged in 10 seconds. Let's see if I can get past the intro. All right, so this is a new one for me. I've never done this approach before. So I am
How many more do we got left?
3. 3? No, I'm sorry, 2. This is one of 2. And the other one doesn't have a video, so. So this is actually your last video right now. All right.
Hit it.
I know. Oh, wow.
Indiegogo, not Indiegogo, what are we talking about? Twitter or Instagram, all those things.
All right, guys. So that's the end of the show. You've been watching it here. Remember that you can be one of us by simply sharing all the information. This show has been moderated by me, the Indie Devil and Indie Advocate. That's it. We'll see you guys next week with another crowdfunding report.
Bye, guys.